If a woman wants to sleep with you, she'll always say this: Stoicism, modern stoic. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Of Logos Aristotle. Welcome, gentlemen. Today, we're unpacking a topic that trips up even the most confident men: understanding when a woman is truly interested, especially when she doesn't say it outright. Many guys expect women to be direct with their feelings, waiting for a clear, "I like you" or "I want to be with you." But that's rarely how it works. Women tend to communicate their attraction through subtle, almost invisible signals. It's less about direct statements and more about what's left unsaid. The glances that linger a moment too long, the light touches that feel intentional, or the way she creates small moments of closeness. If you're not tuned in to these cues, you'll miss out. And here's the crucial part: she's not going to give you a second chance to clarify. If you don't respond to her signals, she will assume you're either not interested or don't have the confidence to take the lead. From her perspective, hesitating can feel like rejection. That's why understanding these signs isn't just helpful, it's essential. It's a way to practice modern stoicism in dating, remaining calm, aware, and decisive when the moment calls for it. In this video, we'll walk through 10 key phrases and actions that women use when they secretly want more. You'll learn to read between the lines with clarity and confidence, so you never second-guess yourself or miss the chance to build a meaningful connection. By the end, you'll be equipped to recognize those hidden invitations and respond in a way that reflects strength and emotional intelligence, true qualities of a modern stoic man. Stay tuned, because mastering this subtle language is a game changer, not just in dating, but in how you approach relationships with respect and clarity. 1. It's getting late, but I don't feel like leaving. It's getting late, but she looks at you with a smile and says, "I don't feel like leaving." On the surface, it seems like a simple observation, almost casual and harmless. Yet, beneath those words lies a powerful message wrapped in subtlety and intention. If she truly wanted to end the night, she would have said something definitive like, "I should go," or "It's time to leave." That would have closed the door, and the night would have ended there. But instead, she leaves the door cracked open, an unspoken invitation that puts the ball firmly in your court. This is a test of your awareness, your confidence, and your ability to read between the lines. She's not demanding or directing, she's giving you the power to decide what happens next. Her words carry an important, quiet message. I am open to something more, but I need you to show me that you're willing to take the lead. Whether that means moving to another place, deepening the conversation, or exploring intimacy, the choice is yours to make. The night's potential depends entirely on your willingness to act decisively. If you hesitate, if you fail to grasp the nuance and lead with intention, the moment will fade away, and with it, the chance to connect on a deeper level. This scenario is a perfect example of modern stoicism in action, the art of staying calm, composed, and fully aware without being pushy or aggressive. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles and tests are not barriers to success. They are the very paths that lead to it. In this moment, her subtle words are that obstacle and opportunity rolled into one. You must decide. Will you rise to the occasion and make the night something memorable? Or will you shrink back and let the moment slip? This decision defines your confidence and presence. In real life, men often miss these subtle signals because they expect explicit instructions or permission. They wait for women to be clear and direct, but the truth is that much of female communication, especially in matters of intimacy, is wrapped in nuance. Women are experts at signaling interest without overt declarations, measuring a man's sensitivity, courage, and decisiveness through what they don't say as much as what they do. When she says, "I don't feel like leaving," she's not commenting on the time or her energy levels. She's issuing a quiet challenge and invitation. She's asking, will you take the lead? Or will you let this night end like any other? Don't overthink it. Don't wait for a clearer sign. Stoicism teaches us to master our emotions and respond with clarity and purpose. It's not about suppressing desire or curiosity, but about channeling them into confident action. This is your moment to shape the night, to lead with integrity, and to honor the unspoken trust she's placed in you by leaving the next step in your hands. To hesitate is to lose. To act decisively is to win, not just the night, but respect and connection. Seneca, another towering figure in Stoic philosophy, said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Prepare yourself by developing the skill to recognize these subtle cues, to read between the lines, and to respond with conviction. When she gives you this quiet test, know that your response will define how the night unfolds and how she perceives your strength and character. Every man faces these crossroads where intimacy is either cultivated or neglected. The difference between success and failure lies in your ability to be present, aware, and bold enough to seize the moment. Take this lesson into your daily life. Pay attention not just to words, but to tone, body language, and context. Learn to listen with your eyes and your intuition, not just your ears. The relationships you build, the connections you deepen, and the respect you earn all depend on your ability to lead, not just with words, but with action. This is not about playing games. It's about understanding the dynamics of human connection and embracing responsibility for your part in it. So when she says, "I don't feel like leaving," don't see it as a casual comment. See it as a test of your awareness and courage. Step forward with confidence, or step aside and accept that the night will end quietly. Your choice will speak louder than any words. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever caught these subtle signals and taken the lead? Or missed them and wished you hadn't? Share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences can inspire others to see beyond the surface and seize the moments that truly matter. 2. You smell so good. When a woman leans in and says, "You smell so good," don't ever mistake it for a simple comment about your cologne or hygiene. This phrase carries a powerful, instinctual message that goes far beyond surface-level attraction. It's a signal sent directly to the primal part of the brain, bypassing logic and triggering memories, desire, and an emotional connection that's often unconscious, but deeply felt. Scent is one of the most intimate senses. It's not something you can fake, control fully, or easily replicate. When she mentions your scent, she's acknowledging a closeness that only happens when she's already emotionally or physically drawn to you. Unlike remarks about your clothes or hairstyle, which anyone can notice at a glance, noticing your scent means she's been close enough to you, close enough to feel your presence in its rawest form. This is chemistry, not grooming. You must understand this distinction clearly. Women only notice how a man smells when something inside them has already leaned in, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically. This is the language of attraction that often happens before any words are spoken. Before she even says it, you'll notice her moving subtly closer, her voice dropping to a softer tone, her body angling toward yours, or her lingering just a moment longer in a hug. These are all pre-verbal signals that she is inviting you into her space and into her experience. That playful sniff or gentle smile after she says, "You smell so good," isn't mere flirtation. It's a preview of intimacy she's already imagined and welcomed. It's important to note this isn't always about seduction or sexual desire. Sometimes it's comfort, a sign that she feels safe and drawn to your presence. Sometimes it's curiosity, an unconscious test to see if the chemistry is real. But always it's about connection. The words themselves, "You smell so good," carry weight because they hint at touch without actually touching, at closeness without words, and at desire without demands. This is the power of non-verbal communication, the kind of communication that modern Stoics understand and respect, the silent signals that reveal the true state of the relationship long before declarations are made. When she says it, listen carefully. She's not simply complimenting your ego or your appearance. She's acknowledging your presence in a way that is rare and profound. At that moment, she's already imagined what it feels like to be close to you, long before you've asked, or even noticed. This is not just attraction, it's anticipation, a silent promise of what could come next if you recognize and respond to it. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your presence, your scent, your energy, all are parts of that invisible dye that colors how she feels and what she envisions. This is not about vanity or surface charm. It's about who you are at your core and how that resonates with another person on a deep level." The lesson here is clear. Control what you can control, your presence, your mindset, your character, and let the rest unfold naturally. This is the essence of modern Stoicism applied to relationships. It's about embodying confidence and authenticity without desperation, about being fully present and aware rather than anxious or needy. In real life, you must be aware of these subtle signs. If a woman notices your scent and expresses it, it's a rare window into her feelings. Don't rush it or dismiss it. Lean in, be mindful, and respect the unspoken connection. Recognize that true attraction is built on these silent, powerful signals. You must develop your awareness and your ability to read the room, because understanding these moments can be the difference between connection and missed opportunity. Now, reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever caught yourself noticing these subtle signs from a woman? Or maybe you've been the one giving such signals without realizing it? Share your stories and opinions in the comments. Let's build a conversation around how we can become more attuned to these signals, how we can harness Stoic principles to maintain our presence and confidence, and ultimately how we can create deeper, more genuine connections in our lives. Your experience matters, let's hear it. 3. You make me feel alive in a way no one else does. You make me feel alive in a way no one else does. This simple yet powerful sentence is the kind of direct, unmistakable truth that every man should learn to recognize and value. If a woman genuinely wants to be with you, especially on an intimate level, she will say something just as clear, if not more so. There is no room for ambiguity when it comes to real desire, yet too many men trap themselves in a web of doubt, misreading signals, overanalyzing every word, and chasing illusions that only drain their energy and confidence. Modern Stoicism teaches a different path, one of clarity, strength, and reality acceptance. It demands that you cut through emotional noise and see things as they are. If she wants you, she will say it plainly or show it unmistakably. Desire is not a cryptic puzzle, it's a blazing beacon. If you're left guessing, it's because she is not fully invested. And you must have the discipline to accept that truth without hesitation or self-pity. In today's chaotic world, where communication is clouded by mixed messages, social media facades, and endless distractions, Stoicism becomes a powerful tool to regain control. It tells you, don't be a slave to confusion. Don't fall into the trap of doubting your own worth or chasing after people who do not meet you with the same intensity. A woman who truly desires you will openly express it, whether through her words, body language, or the way she prioritizes time with you. When she says, "You make me feel alive in a way no one else does," she's not just delivering a compliment, she's offering you a window into her deepest feelings, a signpost that guides you forward. You must be sharp enough to notice, bold enough to trust it, and wise enough to respond appropriately. Stoicism does not mean emotional coldness. It means mastery over your emotional state so you do not get swept away by doubt or insecurity. This mastery allows you to stay grounded, decisive, and respectful of yourself. This principle of clarity extends beyond relationships. It's a fundamental life lesson. The modern Stoic man understands that life is too short and precious to waste on confusion and false hope. He knows that true connection requires honesty, both with others and with himself. If she wants you, she won't dance around the truth or play endless games. She'll give you signals that are bold and unmistakable. Conversely, if she's silent or hesitant, don't waste your time trying to decode mixed signals or convince her otherwise. This is not a failure. It's a liberation. You free yourself from unnecessary suffering by embracing Stoic wisdom. Focus only on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, your emotions. You cannot control how others feel, but you can control how you respond. Letting go of uncertainty is an act of power. It saves your energy and preserves your dignity. Remember, desire is not a one-sided struggle. It is a mutual experience that thrives on clear communication and mutual respect. When you live with this understanding, you become the kind of man who commands respect without demanding it, who attracts without desperation. This confidence is magnetic. It's what modern Stoicism calls living in accordance with nature, accepting what is, acting with integrity, and maintaining your inner strength, no matter the outcome. Your value does not depend on her affirmation, but on your own understanding of who you are. When a woman expresses that you make her feel alive like no one else, recognize it as a rare and precious gift, not something to be doubted or taken for granted. Respond with the same honesty and strength, knowing that real connection is built on mutual truth, not games or guessing. So don't waste your time chasing shadows. Don't settle for unclear signals or empty promises. Stand firm in your worth. Be bold enough to ask for clarity and wise enough to walk away if you don't get it. That's how you protect your energy and live with purpose. This is the essence of modern Stoicism applied to relationships and life. Acceptance, clarity, and strength. When you embody these qualities, you don't just survive, you thrive. You become a man who is fully alive, fully present, and fully in control of his own destiny. And that is the kind of man any woman will want to be with. 4. You're different. You're different. Those words aren't casual. When a woman says you're different, she's not tossing out a hollow compliment. She's marking you as exceptional, as someone who stands apart in a sea of sameness. This phrase is a loaded declaration. It means she's already measuring you against every other man she's met, and you win. She's not indifferent, not lukewarm. No, she's caught your energy, your presence, your essence, the parts of you others overlook or fail to reveal. This isn't about fleeting attraction or surface-level charm. This is about a connection that cuts deep, that awakens something real and lasting. In her mind, you are not just another guy. You embody something rare, something powerful. You hold the promise of more than just a passing moment. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Your distinctness isn't accidental. It's a reflection of your inner strength, your values, your control over your own life. Women are drawn to that kind of certainty, to a man who commands himself first before commanding attention. In modern life, where distractions are endless and true connection is scarce, to hear you're different is a clarion call. You are being seen as a man who offers depth, stability, and potential. This isn't a mere flirtation. It's a summons to rise, to embrace the role of a man who leads with purpose and clarity. Don't dismiss it. Don't let fear or hesitation dilute what you've sparked. Instead, lean into it. Recognize that she's ready to explore something genuine, something enduring. The moment she says this, she's giving you a rare opportunity, an invitation to step into a space where real intimacy and respect grow. As Seneca urged, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Be the man worthy of this distinction. You're not just anyone. You are different. Own it. Act on it. Command it. If you want to master this moment, comment below with the word different and subscribe for more real, raw truths about mastering life, love, and yourself. Don't let this chance slip away, because when she says it, it's not just about desire, it's about destiny. 5. I'm sure you could get any girl you want. I'm sure you could get any girl you want. At first glance, it sounds like a casual compliment, something meant to boost your ego and make you feel desirable. But this phrase is far from a simple flattery. It's a strategic psychological test disguised in words. When a woman says, I'm sure you could get any girl you want, she's quietly probing your emotional resilience, your confidence, and most critically, your true feelings toward her. Beneath this seemingly innocent remark lies a profound question. Will you choose me? This is her subtle way of asking whether you are grounded enough. emotionally stable enough, and genuinely focused on her, even when countless other options exist around you. It's a test of humility and emotional control, a moment that demands grace, not defensiveness. Will you brush off the comment smoothly, demonstrating your security and calm? Or will you falter, revealing uncertainty or arrogance? This statement is not just about your attractiveness or your options, it's about her desire to feel special, unique, and irreplaceable in your life. She seeks reassurance that despite the abundance of possibilities, you see her as the one worth committing to. This unspoken question, "You have choices, but will you pick me?" demands a response that shows sincerity and strength. Your reply should be confident, genuine, and rooted in authenticity, signaling that while your options may be many, your commitment is focused and real. When you respond with grounded confidence, you ease her doubts and solidify her place in your heart. This dynamic reflects a deep lesson drawn from Stoicism, a philosophy centered on emotional resilience, clarity, and control. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In relationships, uncertainty and challenges aren't obstacles. They're opportunities to demonstrate strength and calm. This is exactly the moment to show that you are not shaken by tests or doubts, but stand firm, choosing clarity over confusion, commitment over casualness. In real life, this moment often separates men who merely desire validation from men who build meaningful connections. The modern Stoic understands that desire alone is fleeting, but commitment rooted in understanding and emotional stability creates lasting bonds. Don't fall into the trap of arrogance or defensiveness when faced with such subtle tests. Instead, embody strength through humility, choose your words deliberately, and demonstrate through action that your focus is unwavering. This is what it means to be a man of integrity in a world of distractions. It's a lesson in emotional mastery, in choosing what matters over what's easy. Remember, women are not just testing your ego, they are searching for the man who can offer security without suffocation, confidence without arrogance, and love without uncertainty. Be that man. Stand firm, respond with authenticity, and prove through your actions that your commitment isn't a whim, but a deliberate choice. So, reflect on how you handle this moment when it arises. Do you respond with calm assurance or with defensiveness? Are you aware of the emotional test behind those words? Share your personal experiences in the comments. Your story can inspire others navigating the complexities of modern relationships. Be bold, engage, share, and let's learn from each other how to be better men, better partners, and better Stoics in the art of love. 6. Being with you feels effortless. Being with you feels effortless. This is the unmistakable sign she truly wants to be with you. There's no need for games or ambiguous signals. When a woman desires you, she communicates clearly, openly, and without hesitation. She doesn't drop hints or test your patience. Instead, she speaks her truth boldly, because genuine desire doesn't require masks or overthinking. Understand this. If she wants to sleep with you, she will say it plainly. And if she's holding back, it's a sign to pause and reassess. This is not about chasing illusions or decoding cryptic signals. This is about recognizing straightforward honesty in her words and actions. Stoicism teaches us to embrace reality without distortion. Don't waste your time twisting words or imagining scenarios that don't exist. The modern Stoic man understands that clarity saves energy, builds respect, and demands authenticity. He doesn't settle for less than what is clearly offered, nor does he bend his integrity trying to force a connection that isn't there. You must recognize that the effortlessness in connection is the most genuine form of attraction. Effortless doesn't mean easy all the time, but it means that when two people align, the friction disappears. What remains is honesty, presence, and mutual desire. In today's world, where signals are often muddled by social media facades and endless texting, the ability to spot genuine desire is your greatest power. Don't confuse politeness or friendship for hidden interest. If she wants you, she will make her intentions unmistakable, because genuine desire isn't complicated. It's direct, even raw. Remember, Stoicism is not about suppressing feelings, but about seeing them clearly and acting with purpose. When you hear her say, "Being with you feels effortless," understand it as a rare and precious confirmation of true chemistry, not a vague compliment to be doubted or dissected. This phrase reveals her comfort, her trust, and her desire to be in your presence without pretending. You must cherish that kind of honesty and protect it fiercely. It's the foundation of any meaningful connection, especially when it comes to intimacy. Modern Stoicism teaches men to master their inner world, to respond rather than react, and to avoid emotional chaos. When it comes to women and relationships, this translates into listening to what is said and what is left unsaid, but above all, focusing on what is real and undeniable. Don't fool yourself by rationalizing mixed signals or hoping for what isn't offered. Desire is never shy when it's genuine. It is bold, it is clear, and it is present. So if she says she feels effortless with you, don't second guess it. That is your green light. That is your signal to move forward with confidence, not hesitation. You must act decisively, honoring both her clarity and your own worth. Life is short and precious. Don't waste your energy chasing illusions or battling your own doubts. Embrace the Stoic mindset, see things as they are, accept what you cannot control, and take charge of what you can. This means respecting when a woman shows genuine interest and knowing when to step back if she doesn't. Your time and energy are your most valuable assets. Invest them wisely. Demand honesty, give honesty, and cultivate relationships that feel effortless, because that is where true strength and connection lie. Be the man who recognizes desire when it speaks, who honors truth over fantasy, and who builds connections grounded in clarity and mutual respect. That is the modern path to meaningful intimacy. 7. You're powerful. You are powerful. When a woman says, "You're powerful," she's not merely admiring your physique or the strength of your muscles. She's recognizing something far deeper, something that transcends the physical and touches the very core of your presence. She sees your energy, your calm dominance, how you own the room before you even speak. This power isn't about loud bravado or empty gestures. It's the silent force with which you carry yourself, the way you respond to pressure, handle conflict, and maintain your ground without flinching. This is the power of modern Stoicism, the quiet strength that radiates from a man who masters himself first and foremost. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. She's not just noticing your body, she's feeling your essence, the magnetic pull of your internal command. This is no fleeting glance or superficial admiration. It's a shift in her perception from instinctual attraction to conscious desire. She begins to see you not just as a man, but as a force of nature, a leader who offers security and depth. This recognition ignites something primal, a pull that lingers in her thoughts long after you're gone. It's the weight of your presence, the assurance that you are a man who stands tall when others falter. This is why women say, "You're powerful," because you embody the kind of strength that doesn't scream, but commands attention with quiet authority. You must own this truth. Power is not given. It's earned through discipline, integrity, and unwavering self-control. Do not mistake her words for mere flattery. They are a call to rise, to sharpen your focus, to lead with unwavering confidence. Embrace Stoicism as your tool, your armor in a chaotic world. Stand firm, hold your space, and never back down from your values. The world will respect a man who respects himself, and women will naturally gravitate toward the energy you exude. This is your moment. Don't squander it. Be the man who draws her in not with empty promises, but with undeniable presence. Power is your birthright. Seize it now. Like this if you're ready to own your power. Comment below. I am the force. Subscribe for more truths that elevate you beyond ordinary. Don't wait for permission. Command your life. Be powerful because she's already seeing it. 8. I feel like I can be myself around you. Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you separates the boys from the men. When a woman looks you in the eye and says, I feel like I can be myself around you, she isn't giving you a casual compliment or filling space with empty words. Number, she's making a declaration of trust so powerful it can change everything between you. This phrase is the silent key that unlocks her real self, the one she hides behind walls, facades, and carefully crafted masks. When she says this, it means the polished version, the version made to impress the world, has vanished. What stands before you is raw, vulnerable, and unfiltered. She's not trying to be anyone but who she truly is. And make no mistake, this moment is sacred. It's a turning point that only happens when a woman feels emotionally safe enough to show you her deepest fears, her scars, her flaws, the parts she's spent a lifetime hiding from others. Trust like this isn't given lightly. It's earned with patience, strength, and unwavering respect. This is the rarest currency in the world of connection, and most men never come close to possessing it. Why? Because most men chase surface-level attraction and temporary thrills. They confuse lust for connection and miss the crucial element that binds two souls together: trust. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In relationships, this means wanting real connection over superficial validation. When she trusts you enough to be herself, she's letting down defenses that have been built through past wounds and betrayals. She's saying, you're different, you can handle me. And that difference is your power. It's the gateway to emotional intimacy and physical attraction intertwined so tightly that they become inseparable. You are no longer dealing with illusions or fleeting moments of chemistry. You are forging a bond of respect, transparency, and profound understanding. In today's world, where distractions run rampant and superficial connections dominate, this kind of emotional safety is a fortress, a stronghold that few men know how to build. It demands strength, not weakness, calm, not chaos, authenticity, not pretense. Marcus Aurelius, the ultimate Stoic, reminded us that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Here the challenge is vulnerability, both hers and yours. Do not shy away from it. Do not run from the responsibility of holding her truth with honor. Instead, rise. Be the man who commands respect not through loud words, but through steady presence. Be the man who understands that to earn her trust is to own a power that no charm or trick can replicate. This moment she offers you, her unguarded self, is the beginning of something greater than fleeting attraction. It's the start of a connection built to last, founded on mutual respect and emotional transparency. It is the promise of a relationship where you both grow stronger, not weaker, where you are both free to be exactly who you are without fear or pretense. That's the essence of modern Stoicism in love. Control your fears, embrace vulnerability, and stand firm in your strength. This is mastery over your emotions and over your destiny. Do not take this gift lightly. Do not treat it like a trophy to boast about. Instead, treat it like the rare treasure it is. Protect it, nurture it, and let it transform you. Because when a woman can be herself around you, she's giving you the ultimate trust. And that trust will become your greatest victory. Don't just absorb this message, live it. Be the man who not only attracts, but also holds the power of true connection. Command your life, command your relationships, and watch how the women who matter will not only desire you, but will also trust you with everything they are. Now take action. Comment below with the one truth you've learned about trust in your relationships. Like this message if you're ready to rise. Subscribe for more insights that turn men into legends. This is your moment. Be the man she can be herself around, because that man is unstoppable, unbreakable, and undeniably powerful. 9. So what? Listen carefully. When a woman looks you in the eye and asks, "So what now?" don't mistake it for a casual, empty question. It's far from innocent or trivial. That simple phrase is a powerful signal, a clear invitation wrapped in subtlety that most men miss. She's not merely curious about the next step in the conversation. She's handing you the keys to the next chapter of your connection. Understand this. In her world, directness is rare. Women often communicate through nuance and unspoken cues rather than blunt statements. When she says, "So, what now?" she's not waiting for a rehearsed response or a vague answer. She's expecting you to lead, to escalate, to act, to take charge and show her the direction she's already envisioned in her mind. This moment is your test, a chance to prove you're the kind of man who recognizes the weight behind unspoken words and can rise to the occasion. Don't hesitate or overthink it. Hesitation is failure here. You must step forward with clarity and confidence, embodying the modern Stoic ideal of calm decisiveness in the face of opportunity. This question signals emotional momentum, a space where hesitation fractures connection and assertiveness builds intimacy. Your response will define the trajectory of the relationship, whether it deepens or stalls. She's giving you a rare opportunity to become the leader she needs, guiding the interaction beyond mere words towards something tangible and meaningful. Ignore the subtlety at your peril. Embracing it with strength and insight is your path to success. This isn't just about relationships. It's a life lesson in recognizing when to move forward boldly, to take responsibility for the moment, and to honor the silent trust she places in you with those 4 simple words. So what now? Be the man who hears what's unsaid, acts without delay, and leads with unwavering purpose. That is modern Stoicism in action, a fusion of self-control, clarity, and fearless initiative that turns fleeting moments into lasting bonds. 10. I like how you don't try too hard. I like how you don't try too hard? That's exactly the point. In a world where everyone is chasing validation, where desperation is louder than confidence, the real power lies in ease. If a woman wants to sleep with you, she will always say this, not with words, but with actions that speak louder than any rehearsed line or fake charm. She shows up, she makes herself available, she doesn't hide behind games or complicated signals. Stoicism teaches us this. Control what you can, accept what you cannot, and never beg for what you're worthy of. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. If you think desperation, you act desperate. If you embody calm, strength, and self-respect, you become magnetic without trying." You must remember this. Women aren't puzzles to be solved. They are reflections of the energy you bring. Show power by being real, not by forcing desire. The modern Stoic doesn't chase love or lust. He commands it through presence. Don't say what you think she wants to hear, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who owns his truth, who stands tall with quiet confidence, who doesn't flinch under pressure or panic at rejection. Your time is finite. Don't waste it chasing shadows. If she's drawn to you, she will come. If not, you move on. No drama, no begging, no wasted energy. That's mastery. That's power. That's the mindset that separates the men who live by their own rules from the men who live by others' approval. Remember what Seneca taught. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Be rich in self-worth. Be rich in calm resolve. Be rich in the certainty that what's meant for you will come. No pleading, no hustle, no desperate games. You want the truth? Here it is. If a woman wants you, she won't leave you guessing. She won't hide behind cryptic signals. She will be clear, direct, and unapologetic. And you, as a man grounded in Stoic wisdom, will recognize that and act accordingly. With strength, with clarity, with total command over your own life. Now here's your call to action. Don't waste another moment doubting your value. Own your power. Show your presence. Command respect by living by these principles. If this message hits home, like it, comment your strongest affirmation below and subscribe for more truth bombs on mastering life, love, and self-mastery. because the man who controls himself controls the game. Don't wait for permission. Take it. Ultimately, you must realize that a woman rarely states desire plainly. She communicates through suggestion, subtlety, and emotional nuance, never through blunt declarations. The phrases we've dissected aren't mere compliments or casual remarks. They're carefully chosen signals revealing layers of interest, comfort, and attraction. When a woman feels safe, intrigued, and connected, she invites closeness not by straightforward confession, but through playful challenges, lingering glances, and open-ended cues that demand your confidence to step forward. The men who succeed in these moments aren't the most handsome or charismatic. They're the ones who listen closely, read the energy beneath the words, and lead with unwavering clarity and respect. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Don't waste your chances guessing. Understand the signals and connect deeply. This is real life. Attraction isn't about flashy moves or lines, but about presence, respect, and emotional intelligence. So tell me, have you ever recognized these subtle invitations? How did you act on them? Share your stories below. Your experience could be the insight another man needs. If this message hit home, subscribe and turn on notifications for more unfiltered truths about human connection and modern stoicism. Now go, observe, understand, and lead.